I will never forget the night the maid's laughter echoed from an empty room. I grew up in a small town in Nigeria. In 2007, I stayed with my uncle's family for a while because my parents were working in another city. My uncle was well off, so they had a maid, a quiet young woman named Ngozi. She was maybe 22, not too old, but she moved like someone who carried a heavy secret. From the start, I noticed something strange about how my uncle's family treated her. They shouted at her, insulted her, even slapped her sometimes if food came late or clothes weren't ironed well. At night, they'd sometimes send her outside to sleep on a mat, even when the cold harmattan breeze cut through the skin. One night, I woke up thirsty around 2 a.m. As I walked past the living room, I froze. I heard Ngozi laughing softly. Not like normal laughter. It was deep, broken, almost like two voices were laughing at once. I peeked in, but the room was empty. The light bulb flickered, and I swear the air smelled of burning hair. The next day, I tried to tell my cousin, but he brushed it off. Ngozi is a bush girl. Maybe she talks to herself, he said. But I couldn't shake what I heard. Things got worse. Chickens in the compound started dying, their necks twisted unnaturally. My little cousin had nightmares every night, screaming that a woman with red eyes stood by his bed. My uncle's wife accused Ngozi of being careless, even pouring hot water close to her once in anger. But Ngozi just stood still, her eyes cold, like she was watching something far away. The final night is still burned in my memory. The whole family was eating dinner. Ngozi served the food, then stood quietly by the corner like always. Suddenly, the bulbs went out, total darkness. My uncle shouted for the generator, but before anyone moved, that same laughter filled the room. This time, it was loud, surrounding us from all sides. When the light came back, Ngozi was no longer by the wall. She was sitting in my uncle's chair, smiling with teeth too sharp to be human. Nobody moved. She spoke in a voice that was both hers and something else. You fed me pain. Now eat what you gave. One by one, every plate of food on the table was filled with live maggots. The family screamed and ran outside. I ran too, heart beating like it would explode. By the next morning, Ngozi was gone. Nobody saw her leave. My uncle tried to report to the police, but the officers only laughed. You people don't know who you were living with, one of them said. To this day, that house remains empty. My uncle's family moved out weeks later. Nobody in the neighborhood rents it, because at night, people still say they hear laughter from the living room. And me. I never eat food in the dark anymore. If you enjoyed this story and want more creepy African folktales and true-style horror stories, subscribe for more content.